Why is the housing market experiencing unprecedented shifts?
Join Emily Roberts and Jack Thompson as they dive into alarming trends indicating a potential housing crash.
With housing inventories skyrocketing and prices beginning to tumble, understanding these dynamics is crucial.
We've distilled their extensive insights into easy-to-digest summaries, saving you time while keeping you informed.
From market predictions to expert advice on navigating these changes, we have it all, so stay tuned. Today, we're examining current housing market trends with insights from Emily Roberts, who recently presented her analysis on the show.
Emily highlights a significant increase in housing inventory alongside a drop in home prices, indicating a shift in the market.
Emily Roberts expresses concern regarding the surge in housing inventories. What does she suggest this means for the market?
She notes that rising inventories typically signal an oversupply, which could further drive down home prices.
What does Emily reveal about the current price trends?
Emily mentions that the decline in home prices suggests a shifting market, contrasting sharply with previous years of consistent price appreciation. Emily Roberts points out that a growing number of listings provides buyers with more choices.
Does this mean buyers have gained the upper hand?
Yes, with expanding inventory, buyers have greater leverage in negotiations.
How significant are the price decreases according to Emily?
She observes that many areas are experiencing price reductions, especially where inventory levels are particularly high.
What considerations should buyers and investors keep in mind, given this information?
Emily advises buyers to seek favorable deals while cautioning investors to evaluate market conditions carefully as they evolve.
What predictions does Emily have for the housing market in the near term?
She anticipates that if these trends persist, there may be more significant shifts in home values and investment approaches.
Emily Roberts concludes that buyers should explore potential opportunities amidst price adjustments.
For investors, being adaptable and informed about market dynamics will be crucial in the coming months.
Today, we're exploring recent developments in Hong Kong banking that will be highlighted by a financial expert.
This expert provides insights into the significant effects that these bank actions may have on investors and the global finance landscape.
The expert points out that Hong Kong banks have initiated key actions that could significantly influence investor sentiment.
These policy changes not only affect local stakeholders, but also extend their impact to international markets. The expert notes that the recent regulatory changes are geared towards increasing liquidity in Hong Kong banks.
This could reassure international investors and bring stability to the markets. What insights does the expert provide regarding market reactions?
The expert suggests that an uptick in investor confidence is likely, particularly if the outcomes of these policy changes are advantageous. Regarding long-term implications, the expert suggests that adhering to these new policies could foster greater market stability.
They also suggest that investors pursue diversification to mitigate potential risks. What future outlook does the financial expert foresee for Hong Kong banks?
They expect a strong performance from banks over the next year, driven by continued regulatory improvements.
The expert concludes that it is crucial for investors to keep a close eye on evolving banking policy.
Moreover, diversifying investment portfolios based on these insights is recommended to cushion against potential downturns.
Today, we're examining Tesla's upcoming earnings and the impact it's expected to have on the market.
The Trade Brigade team highlights key factors that could reshape market expectations.
The Trade Brigade team believes that significant market fluctuations are anticipated post-earnings.
They suggest that tech valuations might require adjustments based on Tesla's earnings performance.
A critical issue raised by Trade Brigade is the divergence between different futures.
This disparity may indicate underlying market sentiment as Tesla's earnings are announced.
Expect investor reactions to shift based on the earnings report.
Market sentiment is closely tied to announcements regarding TSLA.
What does the Trade Brigade forecast regarding post-earnings volatility?
They believe Tesla's report will likely spur increased volatility, with significant market fluctuations expected.
In summary, it's crucial for investors to prepare for potential market shifts following Tesla's earnings.
Additionally, keeping a watchful eye on futures divergences could yield valuable trading opportunities.
Today's discussion centers around an analysis by Emily Brown regarding the current challenges facing the northern housing market.
Emily provides important insights into the implications for both homeowners and potential investors.
Emily Brown reports a downturn in housing dynamics, particularly in northern regions.
This shift underscores a pressing affordability crisis for many prospective homebuyers.
What factors does Emily outline as pivotal in changing the housing landscape?
Emily indicates that increasing mortgage rates deter buyers significantly.
Additionally, broader economic pressures are affecting household disposable income.
What repercussions are current homeowners facing, according to Emily?
Emily points out growing concerns regarding potential negative equity.
Moreover, dropping home values may lead to a rise in foreclosures.
What strategies does Emily suggest for investors during this housing downturn?
Emily advises looking for opportunities in distressed properties.
However, she cautions that adapting strategies to reduce risks is critically necessary.
What forecasts does Emily offer for the housing market?
Emily forecasts that housing prices could decrease by 10 to 15%.
She also anticipates ongoing volatility influencing market conditions this year.
What final advice does Emily have for homeowners?
Emily suggests being ready for potential declines in housing values.
For investors, strategically leveraging opportunities in lower-priced properties is essential.
Understanding these dynamics is crucial for making informed decisions in the current market. Today, we're looking at the current housing market trends with insights from Jack Thompson, who has analyzed ZILLOW's latest findings.
Jack points out that nearly 50% of markets are showing a decline in home values, signaling possible challenges ahead.
Jack Thompson explains that ZILLOW's data shows significant drops in home prices across many areas.
He raises concerns that these trends could indicate a shift in the housing market that homeowners should watch.
Jack analyzes how the current volatility in the housing market is evident in the fact that half of the markets are undergoing price drops.
This trend highlights the potential for further market instability.
Jack emphasizes that ongoing inflation is negatively affecting housing affordability for buyers.
He notes that rising interest rates could further hinder new buyers from participating in the market.
What future trends does Jack foresee for home prices?
Jack anticipates ongoing price declines in the short term, but suggests a possibility of recovery depending on economic conditions.
What advice does Jack offer to potential buyers?
Jack advises that homebuyers should maintain a cautious outlook regarding fluctuating prices in the current market.
Jack concludes by highlighting that navigating the housing market during these times requires careful attention to price dynamics.
He recommends that prospective buyers consider waiting until there are signs of market recovery before making significant property investments.
In today's segment, we're exploring Bitcoin's current market dynamics with Fred Thiel, CEO of Mara.
Thiel emphasizes that we are witnessing a Bitcoin cycle with implications for investors.
Fred Thiel proposes that the current Bitcoin cycle exhibits a level of volatility that is noticeable.
He notes that institutional interest is on the rise, influencing market trends.
Thiel explains that mining costs are key to understanding Bitcoin's price volatility.
As Thiel points out, higher mining costs impact Bitcoin prices. Fred Thiel underlines the role institutional investors play in the Bitcoin market.
Their increasing participation is expected to impact Bitcoin valuations. What does Fred Thiel predict for Bitcoin's price in the near future?
Thiel predicts continued volatility, which may lead to price swings.
Fred Thiel concludes that investors need to remain vigilant about mining costs and institutional trends.
He highlights that these factors are critical for informed investment decisions in the Bitcoin market.
What an insightful discussion with our financial experts today.
Absolutely. Each guest shared unique angles from Bitcoin's volatility to the shifting housing market.
I found Fred Thiel's take on Bitcoin particularly intriguing, highlighting how mining costs can impact market prices.
Right? And Jack Thompson painted a concerning picture about home prices dropping in half of the markets analyzed.
But let's not forget Emily Brown's perspective. She emphasized understanding the dynamics within local markets.
Exactly. And then there was the trade brigade discussing Tesla, potentially causing ripples through investor sentiments.
Plus, the financial expert focusing on Hong Kong banking signals huge shifts in global finance.
All these insights underscore that while agreement exists on some market trends, there's a divergence in specifics, which is crucial to note.
If you've enjoyed these expert insights, show your support. Like and subscribe to our channel.
Your engagement helps us bring more valuable discussions your way.
Don't miss out on our next video as we delve deeper into global financial trends that affect us all.
Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.